Hey kiddos, so today we are going to read a story called Apples, Apples, Apples. All right, and so we do our little song and dance. We go, author is the writer, illustrator is the painter. And so we have the story Apples, 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 written and illustrated by Nancy Elizabeth Wallace. So let's get on to the story. Apples, apples, apples. Oh, it's winter time. Looks like we're heading into spring. You guys want to share with mom or whatever grown up you're with? How do we know it's springtime? Maybe the bees? Apples, apples, apples. Let's see. One blue sky day in early autumn, Dad asked, "Who wants to go apple picking?" "Me, me," yelled Mama. "Me," shouts Pip. "Me too," said Mom. "Let's go." They walked down the road to the Long Hill orchard. "Glad to see you," said Mr. Miller. "Here are some bags to put your apples in. What kind do you want to pick?" I want apples for pie," said Dad. "I want apples for crafts," said Mom. "Yum," yelled Pip. "I'm going to pick apples for my snacks at school." Minna whispered, "I want apples for a surprise." So, these are the variety of apples that they have at Long Hill Orchard. Got a red delicious, we got a golden delicious, a McIntosh, a Granny Smith, a Rome Beauty. And so these here are the categories in how they come. So they're all really good for eating. What about cooking? Which one's not? The red delicious, is that not a good cooking apple? It's not a good baking apple either, is that? Let's see, the red delicious and the golden delicious, those are sweet. And here, these three down here, they're tart. Golden and the McIntoshes are soft. And then the red delicious and the Rome Beauty, those are crispy. "Come look at this chart," said Mr. Miller. "It shows the kinds of apples we grow at our orchard." Should have started with that page first. "I can't wait to see the apple tree," says Minna. "Climb aboard," said Mr. Miller. They climbed onto the farm wagon. Mr. Miller started up the tractor. "Hold on," he said. "It's a bumpy, bumpy ride." The sky was blue, the air smelled crisp and clean. It was a great day for picking apples. When they got to the orchard, there were apples everywhere. Pip tugged on an apple, the limb shook, and lots of apples fell to the ground. "Uh-oh." "Try lifting and twisting the apple," said Minna. "Then pull on it gently. I read that in an apple book." "Look, Minna," said Pip. "Lift, twist, pluck." "I can do it." Lift, twist, pluck. They all picked and picked and picked. Mr. Miller used a special tool for picking the apples that were hard to reach. He let Minna and Pip take a turn. Then Mr. Miller picked up an apple off the ground. He cut it in half. "It looks like a star inside," said Pip. "I think it looks like a flower," said Minna. "It looks like both a star and a flower," said Mr. Miller. "In fact, apples are a member of the flower family, the rose family." They counted the seeds. There may be as many as 10 seeds inside an apple," said Mr. Miller. "How many seeds do you see? How many seeds do you guys see?" Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, said Minna. Mr. Miller cut another apple in half, a different way. Look at all the parts an apple has, he said. And we did this project, right? We got the stem. There's the skin, the red part, right? Here we have the core. And then on the inside, the part that we eat, and they call that the flesh. Did you know that seeds are also called pips? Said Mr. Miller. Minna pointed at Pip. They both giggled. Mr. Miller, do you grow trees from seeds? Minna asked. Well, apple trees can be grown from seeds. He took a picture out of his pocket to show them. So they start as a seed, and the seed roots out a little bit, and it creates a bud, and that the root, see, and then we got the bud here. It starts to flower. Or they can be grown the way we grow them on Long Hill Orchard. We graft a branch with buds into a rootstock. He showed them more pictures. So they take the branch that has buds on it, and then they root it, and then they graft it. Minna and Pip look at the shiny seeds. I'll be Johnny Appleseed, said Minna. I read about him. He planted lots and lots and lots of seeds across America. They grew into apple orchards everywhere. Look, Minna, I'm Johnny Applepip. When their bags were filled to the top, they rode back down the hill. Hold on, said Mama. Bump, bump. Whoa, Minna laughed. Hold on to your apples. Mr. Miller weighed the bags of fruit so that he knew how much to charge. Apple picking is fun, said Minna. So is apple eating, said Dad. When they got home, they had an apple snack. The apples tasted sweet and juicy. Minna looked through her book. Here it is, she said. Here's the surprise recipe I want us to try. Time to make Minna's surprise recipe, said Dad. Pip washed the apples. Minna and Mom used a special tool to peel them. Dad sliced and diced them. So here's her recipe. She says to wash 6 apples, peel the apples, ask an adult to slice and dice the peeled apples, put the apples in a pot. Add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, add 1/4 cup of apple cider. Ask an adult to bring it to boil. Shake in cinnamon. Reduce the heat to a simmer. Stir and cook until soft. It should cook about 20 minutes. That sounds fun. They put the apples, the maple syrup, the cider, the cinnamon, all in a big blue pot. Then Mom put it down on the stove to simmer. It smelled delicious. When it was ready, Minna spooned it into bowls. Who wants some? She asked. Me, said Pip. Me, said Mom. Me too, said Dad. They all were happy. Applesauce. So Minna read some more. She learned a lot about apple prints. Oh, wow. So they cut out the core of an apple here. They sliced the core in half. What did that turn into? It says pick out the seeds. Looks like they have a flower there, huh? Dip it in some paint. Look, you can make some stars. That's pretty neat, huh? Then Minna read about an apple saying. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Apple pie order. Means everything is in the right place. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. An apple for the teacher. You are the apple of my eye. You are full of applesauce. Do you guys know any other apple sayings? And then they start to fall, or the flower, they start to flower, and then the apples bloom. So have any of you guys gone to an apple orchard this year? So I know that in our area, a lot of people like to go visit Apple Hill. Why don't you guys go ahead and share if you visited an orchard or if you've gone apple picking. What is your favorite apple? All right, guys, we'll talk to you later.